Good afternoon again. Had your lunch maybe, right? So it's already 3. So we all are here for a new topic again. Okay, first let me ask you some questions. Then I'm going to explain what we are going to study today, right? So after education reform improved the condition and schools were established in India, how will this improve the condition of the Dalits and untouchability? Let's discuss. So what happened exactly, that what you can see changes in your society in and around, like there is a equality among Dalits and untouchability people. First I'll let you know what is Dalits. you know Dalits are the people we nearly count under SC, right? So I don't know why its division took place, but it's a separation. Like not we, but people used to separate. These days we don't find such things. And untouchability means the same things goes, right? So they came from a background where they have a several scheduled tribes, scheduled caste, and every stuff. So we can see, even I believe that we all have our friends in it, right? But nowadays even I don't count, even you shouldn't count. So you all will tell me the 4 points, okay, in the comment below. Then I'll just check it around after the finishing of this chapter, right? So let's begin what we are going to study about. So you got some hint that we are going to study, right? So let's go. So story. So there is a story in your book. So I'm going to read it out and you all are going to hear me properly, right? So Hemram belongs to a Dalit family and every time was treated as an outcast. So outcast means outside the boundaries, right? So he was not allowed to study in the school establishing for the common people. So he was started going to the school created by Christian missionary. See how education was that important for him, right? After receiving education, Hembram stated studying religion, text, and scriptures, and from that he was trying to spread the message that no one, no, like where it is mentioned about the discrimination and that the Dalits and low caste have to face, right? So we can see here itself that there is a discrimination, like he was going through, like not able to study to a school. Okay, he was treated as outcaster and he was not able to get the proper education from Christianity, is from different religion, right? So nearly he was talking about the common school, as in the left out religion, right? Beside the Christianity, left out religion, they were not allowing him to study. But then he was so curious and he was so, like, determined that he should have get like he wants education anyhow. So he just went for, oh yeah, Christianity school, and he received. And later on, when he was well educated, so he came to know, and he came to know the word that is discrimination of the Dalits. How caste have to face, how the low caste lives in the society, how it is like, is it has become a like border for people, right? So according to him, the aim of Amras was what he was trying to do, what he was trying to through his story, what he was trying to narrate, the situation that he was facing, or is the like the problem of society, the way that he used to get the attention from outside the people. They have this kind of stereotype thinking where Dalits or whatever, the untouchability, sorry, family, they are not allowed to come inside. So why it was going through, right? So we are going to study next. So see, demands for equality and justice. So there is a demand of equality and justice. So the first half of the 19th century brought changes in the education sector. So through the 19th century, he got the education system. We brought the changes in the education sector. So second half of the 19th century, various movement, and reforms demands the equality and justice. So various kind of people was there who demanded equality and justice. So Satnami movement in Western Indian, okay, Hardis Thakuri, Matua Set, and Narayan Guru from Nepal, Kerala, non-Brahmin group in Eastern India. So formed for improving the social status of the leather worker. Founded for Chandala's cultivation and supported the Dalit section of the society. Okay, they also questioned that the spiritual text and the caste system. So it was about the caste system. He talked about the sector in the Western India, that it also questioned that spiritual text, the text that has been written, like many texts are there. We shouldn't go like that deep to a religion book, but also he is questioning to that part of society, that part of spiritual text where the caste system was written. And he really questioned that how it is possible that they already have bordered uh, some of the text, or they have made that border since then till now, right? But nowadays I generally don't find any kind of problem. But if you see or if you vibe that sensation, then you can comment below, right? You can narrate the story that you have seen or have faced. Anyone can face, not only caste system, any kind of discrimination, right? So demanding for the equality and justice was seen in this statement. So Narayan Guru from Kerala. So Narayan Guru from Kerala stated a moment for the unity of the people against the caste inequality and urged with people who insulted the lower caste system, right? So the lower caste system was stated, and was like how people treat them, how this has been like insulted to lower caste people, and how the movement was united for a certain kind of like tribe. Okay, why it was happening, why the inequality is still there. So the non-Brahminical group in Eastern India, I found that this like there was also a dominant caste over there. So what they have done, the movement or the changes that could be in a society, they tried a lot of things to make change happen in that era. So like we can see, now people are more educated. Now people have like more time to think about a particular section for our own rights or for our own goodness, right? So even if we face any kind of problem, we do have question in our mind or in our stomach that why this happened and why it is happening to me and my group itself, right? Even if we face any kind of problem in a school, in a particular state, like particular group, right? So why it is happening, that there is always a story behind some unsuccessful stories, right? So we'll see further what it talks about. So you can see that there are lots of people who have written a book, and you can see here this picture depicts a chain to a mouth. It means that there was written constitution for equality, but in equal society. Society is where we live, there we are not getting any kind of equality. Why is it so? Why it is happening that way, right? So this is the book Gulam Giri means the border, or the nest that was inside, that they were inside of it. And so you can see here the chain is around this person. So this all book has written under inequality, desire inequality. So this is it. So you have gone through all the section that now till now, right? So you have to answer questions if I'll ask something in between, right? So Gulam Giri, founder of the book and early life. So it is about the book and the early life, right? So one of the most vocal amongst the low caste leaders was Joitio Rao Pule, okay, born in 1827. He studied in a school set up by Christianity missionary. So everyone studied in Christianity missionary, because there was no division in that religion, right? So on growing up, he developed his own idea about the injustice of caste system. So he has done all over the caste system thing and importance in bringing the revolution reforms. He urged that the people who are discriminated indigestion, sorry, indigenous people who are ruling these days, like superior on the inferiors are the descendants or the Aryans who came from one land, settled here and become powerful by like suppressing the local people. So we can also see that, you know, the shifting or the movement that the shifting of the people from one place to another, that is migration. So people leading that migration, you know, as a powerful statement, right? So they already have that kind of power where they can control the people and they dominate, they suppress, and they are not able to, you know, they are not able to open their mouth, right? So this is some kind of monarchy form, even we dictatorship we can call it of, right? So India is not a dictatorship country, but you know, in society we never know what happens inside the house. That is the part of the society, right? So historical importance of the book. So what is the historical importance of the book? This book was written 10 years later, 1873, after civil war has been fought in America between the black and the white people. See, even the color is there. There is a difference between color, right? We already have studied apartheid and many more things that is, you know, related to black and white people. So black slaves in America, and also it's a link to a caste system. So it is about the caste system also, right? The caste system of black people, white people. I don't know what kind of discrimination people face, right? In India it usually comes over the caste system and religion. So we'll look for the what it is about. Elaboration, okay, me here and you over here. So see how beautiful line it is like written, right? Pule was also critically of the anti-colonialism nationalism that was pushed by upper caste leader. He wrote, the Brahmin have hidden away the sword of their religion, which has cut the throat of the people prosperity, and now go about posing a great patriots of their country. They give the advice to our Sudras, Muslim and Parsi youth that unless we, you know, put things in a division, high low country, and come together, country will never make any progress. It is united to solve their purpose. Until then it may be hereover again. So what it is the meaningful message in this poem? What message does it convey? Read this line again and you have to answer this, okay? Till then, I'll explain what it has written. The Brahmin have hidden away the sword of their religion. It means that they have control over the society, you know, by hiding the things that has been already taken off by them, right? So the which has cut the throat of the people prosperity, and now go about posing as the great patriots of their country, right? So they give the advice like to Sudras, Muslim, that this should be done, that should be done, because there was a system like Brahmin was set up in the top, then there was below, you know, below there was more of the Kshatriyas, Sudras, Dalits, right? The caste system was given earlier when there was a Raja system. The Brahmin used to known as the god, message to the god, right? So they were given a tag. So they usually consider themselves as a god. And now, okay, so as you can see, the what is the meaning of this poem? So I've explained you. Now you have to answer what is actually about. Okay, so here is the question, that is, Jyoti Rao Phule wrote a book named as Gulamgiri. This book highlights the discrimination faced by, so you are going to tick mark the answer, right? It was Portuguese, Africans, Chinese, Americans. So we have studied, and I really know that you will answer it very carefully, right? So it was under which section that this book was written? The book name is Gulamgiri. Okay, so we'll go to further section, that is, here is an article that I have mentioned. We'll see how the caste discrimination is, you know, valid till now. Okay, this is the article that I have picked up from newspaper. So Ujjain caste discrimination, Dalit groom, a police constable prevented from entering temple during wedding ceremony in Madhya Pradesh. So the Uzzain caste discrimination. So even the title has given, with the form of knowing that Uzzain caste discrimination. It is about the caste discrimination that Dalit groom. Groom is the, there is two people in the marriage, right? One is girl and one is boy. So boy is known as a groom and girl is known as a bride. So a police constable prevented from entering temple during wedding ceremony in Madhya Pradesh. So you can see how this, game is played from that century to till now, that we can assume and we can, kind of give our feedback that how people take updated till now, okay, due to this stereotype of thinking. Then we can deal with it. Still we can see in our society that there is, untouchability is following, that some people are not allowed to go temple, or some they are not allowed to have any food inside the Brahmin sector or whatever. That there is a huge kind of chaos that it's still not getting fixed or not being clear of, right? So here is the video. I'm not able to play, I know, because the recording setup is very different. So watch the video carefully. So I will explain what is exactly. So the video is about the discrimination in school. Okay, school. It's about a boy that is from Dalit section, and that he is not allowed to have a class section with the same particular uh, students, right? So how this happened, and the feeling of the boy was very disturbing. Okay, already he was stressful. Okay, and the later he continued that kind of thing, and in last he has went for depression. So what you have observed from this video, it was about the boy that is discriminated by the fellow. Okay, they were not allowing them to sit on a bench, they were not allowing them to have a conversation, and the separate sector was divided for him, right? So we can see still that it is going. You can ask yourself, now we all are here for even we face this kind of discrimination every day. So you can have this kind of story. If you have any kind of story, then you can share, write down in the comment section below. So we can see there are a vast number of discrimination that is going on still. We can read in a newspaper. Until public won't change the perspective, then we'll not have the open society that we want to, right? So it should be come from the inner heart, that we have to have a change in the nature. Then first of all we have to change the habit that we think, that we have like conversation to a person. And lastly we have the stigma, that ki, okay, this sector belongs to only this kind of nature people. So we have to erase that kind of thought, so that we'll change ourselves. Okay, so you start grooming from your house, then else will groom their house. It is a saying in a verse that it may continue later, right? So various temple movement. So who is he? He is a B.R. Ambedkar, right? He himself is a belong to Dalit family, right? So he faced a lots of discrimination. Temple movement was started by B.R. Ambedkar, who himself was born in a Mahar family and faced discrimination in the school and in a society. So we can see even he has this kind of problem where he faced face discrimination in his own title, right? So wrote a book, Upper Caste Power in the Contemporary Society. So see the book name is very strong or powerful, I must say. That upper caste as in Brahmin, they have that kind of dabdaba. What we call in Hindi is dabdaba in a society. They have this kind of coverage. They can cover from like, okay, I'm Brahmin, I can do this, I have this kind of right. It's still written in the book, that ancient book covered this and that. So this is the stigma, and this is process. I must say that this is a process how we belong to our thinking, right? The first temple movement was started in 1927, where he along with the people other people drank the water from the temple tank. So it started over the drinking water from the temple tank. So you can think that even water had a boundaries. Okay, people even not letting water to be distributed to people. You know, people is people. We can't deny the fact that everyone is a person. If they die, there is the same blood. You know, only that group of blood is different. But if he has O positive and if I am O positive, then we are all as similar. So I think this thought will be carried from all over the world, maybe, right? So next movement started again in 1983, known as Kalaram Temple Enter movement, where Dalit and untouchability entered the temple for praying, right? So he was not allowed to visit a temple or pray to a god. In similar thing that he has mentioned upper caste and lower caste, right? So E.V. Ramaswamy or prayer, he was a non-Brahmin movement. So after seeing the reforms done by B.R. Ambedkar and non-Brahmin who were educated and wealthy also started various movement. Role in the movement started self-respect movement where he saw that during a fest low caste people were made in the seat in the floor and eat, whereas upper caste people they were given a table chair. He constantly criticized Manu, Smriti, and Ramaya epics. So there was a kind of a statement that is written into this ethical book. So he was not favored that way. Okay, and now like he has been favored for that similar kind of thing, right? And he was against the caste system as he've already faced so many criticized from his friends. And you can see that even the water was divided, right? So elaborate, how did Ambedkar wanted to achieve through this movement? So what he did, what was the first step that he did and why he did, what was the story behind any story, any step taken, right? So if we fail in exam and next time if we pass, there is a step that we took carefully, right? So this, what was the step that was taken by B.R. Ambedkar? Why, what do you think was the most important movement against caste in colonial time? So you have to go through the colonial time as we studied before, but if you haven't understood, then you can take help from like media also. Then how colonial times started for this movement, actually how this is started, right? Evaluation. What was the main motive of Peria to start the self-respect movement against the caste system? He saw there is a like you have to choose the section. He saw lower caste where sit in the floor and even eat in the government place. So this may be the answer. Or he saw that untouchable were given government job in high salary. He thought that nothing was God given and untouchable have to find this land and position in the society. So this may be the answer, or D, both A and B, right? So name all those association or organization from a state or city that are working for the people. As in that our topic is about this like caste system, right? So you should go through the organization who is dealing with that problem, right? So organization working for the reforms is the main theme I have taken is that Brahmo Samaj, okay, in Calcutta, Theological and Young Bengal, the Ramakrishna Mission and Swami Vivekanand. So first of all, Brahman Samaj, how this happened? So formed in 1830, Calcutta. Okay, it was all about the sacrifice, members from criticizing other religion practice, okay, and critically drew open the like ideas of religion, especially of Hinduism and Christianity, looking at their negative and positive dimensions, right? So Derogia and Young Bengal, Henry Louis in Calcutta, that's 1820, promoted radical ideas and encouraged his people to question all authority. His historians attracted tradition and custom, demanded education for women, and campaigned for the freedom of thought and expression. So, founded by Swami Vivekanand in 1893, West Bengal, okay, main aim was for the youth to unite on the basis of a common spiritual heritage. So the Vedak Samaj, the Aligarh movement, the Singh Sabha movement. So established in Madras, Chennai in 1868. Okay, it worked to abolish caste distinction and promote widow remarriage and women education. right? Education. Its member believed in one god. They commended the superstition and really rituals of Orthodox Hinduism, right? So founded by this the Aligarh movement, founded by Sahidya Ahmad Khan in 1875 at Aligarh. The institution offered modern education, including Western science to Muslim. The Aligarh movement, as it is known as, had a enormous impact in the area of education reform. Sikh, the first Singh Sabha were formed in Amritsar in 1873 and at Lahore in 1879, right? The Sabhas sought to rid Sikkim, Sikh people superstitious caste distinction and practicing them as non-Sikh. Okay, so this is it. And elaborate, like what was the common or mutual goal of all this movement? What was the mutual goal that we are studying? Okay, and how you feel that you connected with that moment, or how it is possibly you think, right? So test your understanding. According to you, how many movements and reform organizations were started in India? Number A 2 to 3, number B 5, number C 78, D less than 4. So you can write your answer comment below, right? Recapitulation. Why did the Dalits and the untouchables wanted demand for social justice? According to you, was B.R. Ambedkar successfully in implementing the temple entry movement? Was the founder of Ramakrishna Mission, and was the primary aim? What was the primary aim for that? So it should be well known till now after studying the chapter, right? So homework, just like there was many movements started in the 19th century for the upliftment of the people, research and find out about all those organizations that are still functioning today and who is their current head. Stick picture of the same, right? Refusal on the entry of the temple is a very serious and sensitive issue that still prevails today in some part. Being the head of the state, what it meant to take the end of discrimination faced by the people suit all the like small villages and every stuff. So here is this homework is actually about the research, that how you know find that moment that was special or not, and how you like have the, there is a sensitive, religion is very sensitive topic, religion and caste system in India, right? Not only India, I guess all over the world. So how they are like having the possibility of staying together, or how it finds that there is a way out. So you have to take a research, and you have to know the fact, and you have to have that kind of content that should be the proper answer, right?